Oh, good morning. Good morning, our wonderful people. Welcome. Welcome to the program. I hope you can hear me okay. Hit the like button if you can hear me. To send a note. Let us know that the audio is clear. Welcome to the program. Today is October the 5th, 2024. October the 5th, 2024. We are definitely happy to have you here. As usual, help us to like, share, subscribe, all those nice things that we typically do to ensure that this message get across to our people. And we do want to shout out to our food soldiers, people doing the work offline, going above and beyond to ensure that our people get the message. We are proud of you. We thank you. We are all stakeholders in what we are doing. So we appreciate your time. We can do this together. Like my sister would say, you can do this work. It's not that difficult, okay? Your ancestors, your DNA demands that you do this work. All right. So my name is Munachim Saga and I am in Houston, Texas.
Yes, and my name is AP Eputosinam. Eputosinam Madibegi. Eputosinam Igbo. So please, we appreciate you, like my sister has said. Um, Continue to share and like, subscribe, follow, everything you need to do. Just do it. We're seeing where the videos are going, and now people are getting information and feedback coming back to us is showing that things are changing in the society.
Yay.
So don't worry, we're not going to apologize, but we will show you people that are apologizing. So we told you that in every society, the good people are up to 90%. The bad people are just 10%. The only person is that the good people are not talking. They just keep quiet. It's okay. Let's not rock the button. Let's not shake the table. We will shake the table this time around. I shake it again. If the legs break, we break the legs too. We must be speaking. They will be confessing. They will be repenting. They will be turning around because our people must be free. So we'll put the first video for you to see that it's not our opinion. All we do here is teach, tell you what you should know, the truth. We'll research, get the information, share it with you. Your work is to spread the news. And then they will hear. Those people that are tormenting us and oppressing us, we hear and turn around. Go ahead, please.
It's almost like they are affirming what we've told you guys in the past. And when we first started saying this, nobody believed us, right? People ran away from our platform. They are talking about men of God. Oh my God. Some of them left, ran away. Even people that were doing flyers for us, they ran away because we are talking about their Baba. Woo-hoo. And now their Baba is confessing. Hear for yourself. This is what is trending. Oh, wrong button.
For making a mistake. We're apologizing for making a mistake. For saying that if you don't pay tithe, you might not make it to heaven. I'm sorry, that's wrong. That's not in the Bible. What the Bible says is, ye have peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see God.
Your fathers in the Lord lied. It's lie is lie. Your father in the Lord has confirmed, has confessed that he lied. He's been lying, not even might have been lying. He has been lying. He has been lying for decades. Now he has come out publicly to apologize that he is sorry that he said if you don't pay your tithe, you will not make heaven. Now, a lot of people that he said this thing to in those days believed him so much, just like many of you are still believing him today. How many more lies has Baba been telling? How many more lies has he been telling all these years? We are detecting his lies. It is no more hide and seek. Everything is the open because they cannot leave social media. They reach out to people to collect money through social media too. So they will continue to put their lies on social media. Now you want us to keep quiet while they are damaging and destroying us. You are forgetting that we are all Nigerians. Anything that concerns one Nigeria concerns every one of us. These your pastors,
I'm not
they have
Nigerian,
been
no.
whining and
Speak for
dying with
yourself.
powers. They have gotten us this far. Who has been contributing billions into their projects, if not political public office holders? Who has been contributing to their universities, apart from members, that is giving huge sum for them to build universities that members cannot afford? Who has been giving it to them? You want us to keep quiet? No, we are not keeping quiet. We are all Nigerians. What they are doing is affecting all Nigerians jointly. It is all of us that is eating and crying from the pains they are inflicting on us indirectly by hiding under politicians. So we cannot keep quiet. Baba said he is sorry. Baba said he is lying. And what did your Bible tell you? Bible say all liars shall go to where? Fire. When we tell you, say your God of men, they are candidates. If there is hellfire for it, they are the candidate of hellfire. They are the ones that will look at hungry people and still collect from them. They are the ones that will collect billions of money, and to spend 1,000 for their hungry member is a big deal. They are the ones that will collect and be lying to members to say, lift up your hands. The siege over Nigeria is over. Meanwhile, they don't know siege is over. Meanwhile, they know the people that are coming to them, the politicians, they are giving them money, and they will tell us the siege is over. By this time tomorrow, things will be cheap in Nigeria. Let us continue to pray for Nigeria. Nigeria needs our.
I know, fraud alerts, criminals operating as pastors. You can see it in
Imagine.
their demeanor, huh?
I said, can you imagine? Yes.
You can see it in that way. I've never seen that man as man of God, though. Quote me wrong. That man has always looked like a criminal to me. You know, how are you spending billions of dollars and yet you look like you came from dust? Eh? Can you buy Vaseline and put on your lips? Can you buy Vaseline and put on your face? So our people are getting it. Eh? Somebody sang a song, say, are you getting it? Are you getting it? You see, they are confessing. You've been duped, people. You've been duped. They took all your money, built their universities, buy their jets, send their children overseas, buy houses all over the place, give some for people to run for political office, then go back and collect it back in quadruple folds while they're asking you to bring on and keep praying for a place that is a sin against humanity. Nigger area is a sin against humanity. For those of you calling yourself Nigerians, so I am not a Nigerian. I'm from the great Igbo nation. I am not celebrating the enterprise of British colonial terrorists. I am from the great Igbo nation. If you're from Niger area, now you sabi. For you guys that want advertising for them, I reject Nigeria in its totality. Nigeria is an open air prison holding the greatest black men hostage. Nigeria, for those of you celebrating 1st of October, Nigeria is a sin against humanity. If you are celebrating Nigeria, I pray that the God of my ancestors make you and your family become like Nigeria.
He say,
I pray that the God of my ancestors causes you and your people to become like one Nigeria. May you never go forward like one Nigeria. May you forever go backwards like one Nigeria. May you leave your ancestral land to run away because of economic problems in Nigeria. May you represent that Nigeria that you're praying for.
he say, it's terrible.
Next video.
Imagine after using our people to make money from their wrong teachings to create generational wealth. Some of them will tell you that their great-grandchildren will never lack. Meanwhile, you stole from the people. You are coming to confess and apologize. How convenient. And even in the apology, was still saying something abominable that is not even in scripture again. For you to see that they're not confessing because they are repenting. It's because of the heat coming from the people. So they don't want to lose the population. They just have to come and say something. I hope our people will learn that these people are all liars. If they can lie about money, they're lying about politics, they're lying about everything. They are just manipulating you. They're working with politicians to make your own life miserable. Stop following them. Stop listening to them. Go and seek God for yourself. Find God by yourself and you will find him. You will seek him and you will find him. Stop worshiping man. Man did not die for you. Adeboye did not die for you. Christy Oyekilome did not die for you. What are all their names? They did not die for you. Christ died for you. He's the author and the finisher of your faith. So look up to him. We'll read what our Ninas. He said, prayers offered on behalf of the violent criminal enterprise called Nigeria must be an abomination in the sight of God. So Nina, the April 14, 2020 to 2022. Each time I read about people praying for Nigeria, my mind immediately scans the atmosphere to determine whether it is out of ignorance, dishonesty, hypocrisy, or naivety. For no one in his or her right mind will be praying for a violent criminal enterprise to prosper. It is now beyond debate that the Federation of Nigeria died in 1966. It's obvious now. Your men and God, they are God of men, are women of God and God of women. They are still praying for a criminal enterprise oppressing their people for it to prosper, rather than bring it down so that we'll start afresh. I'm saying that they don't mean well for you. They do not mean well for you. So if they lied about this one, what else are they lying about?
Everything.
Confession just started. It go holla. We told people we are here. I brought Nodu with wine, Nodu local. We have come. We are Dandi. We don't play. We are here. They will all confess and run away.
He say, confession loading is coming. Is coming, just like Afghanistan is loading. Confession is loading from the criminal enterprise called religious institutions. They are everywhere deceiving our people. And when we told you, people ran away. Oh, you're talking about these men of God, they have conspired. They are just agents or master's puppets. I don't know which one to call them. They have always been against our people, because every time you try to go to church, you say, let's come together and help our people. They will say, oh, you can't, I have to get permission from Rome. I have to do this one. The same people, they answer the same name like you and I. But the politicians, the real politicians will come and they will give them front seats to come and talk.
Criminal politicians.
Once you say, let's tell our people what's going on, how we can organize ourselves, they said, no. Agents everywhere. Agents.
When is obedience? These people went and mobilized our people. The reverend fathers, reverend sisters, everybody, priests, pastors, mobilized our people. PVC. Now that Ninas is on the table with a strategy that will bring everyone completely.
They're asking you, how are we going to do it?
How do you mobilize the people?
Hi.
How do I talk about this on the altar? You know what? We are coming from behind for you.
He said,
you don't know how to talk about it. Don't worry. we will enter behind and talk about it. Your business is over. It's going down.
Repentant fools, criminals. It didn't end there.
Share, please. Continue to share. We are pulling up other slides like we usually do, because while we pull up these videos is for you to know that other people are saying what we are saying, and you're hearing from their mouth. So you can see this man. He's a common man. If you want to know whether your policies are working, if you want to know whether whatever you call you have a system is working, where you go to check is on the streets. Not your wives and girlfriends and mistresses that are lying to you. No, not those ones. It's a common man. That is why in our show, we bring the voices of the common people speaking. Because they are the people. When we say with the people, it is these ones. Please continue to share.
Our brother is so devastated. He doesn't even know there is a solution on the table. So hopeless.
And I will tell you, I'm not aware of what is going on. Then it means I am not supposed to be there in the first place. If you're in a place where your impact is not felt, then your presence was never needed.
Absolutely.
I am very, very pained. My grandmother in the village cannot go to farm all alone because of insecurity. So are you not telling me that a nation of over 200 million people cannot fight insecurity? We can, but some people have actually politicized this thing. And that is why even the rice farmers cannot go to the farm now to say they want to produce rice, because somebody will be there to kill them. Now, the basis for kidnappers now in this country, once they catch you, you are paying 100 million. You and I, if I ask you now, God forbid, if they pick any of your family member, God forbid, can you afford 100 million naira? Is it not when you even have the 100 million that you think of 100 million? I don't have 100,000 naira in my account. So God forbid they pick any of my family member and asking me for 200,000. Where will I get it from? And these people believe that there is no way, you will source out this money. And can I shock you, sir? None of these kidnappers have ever been arrested. Each time you arrest these kidnappers, they are always looking wretched. If I am worth 10 million, if I am worth 10 million as I am standing, from my dresses, you will see 10 million. You will see sign of 10 million. So someone who has been collecting 100 million, about 5 times, 500 million. When you see the person, you see the kind of shoe he's putting on, you will know that someone is actually sponsoring these people. Someone somewhere is negotiating on their behalf, collecting the ransom on their behalf. And the government of the day is aware. They can't claim not to be aware. It is not possible. Because they see all Nigerians, they see all the masses, the presidency see all the masses as noisemakers. And this was exactly the same thing Buhari did. He believed we are all noisemakers. And can I shock you? If we decide to organize a small protest now, they will send firearms against us, they will kill us, and nothing will happen.
So are you going to die
I
for
said
nothing?
solution. There is no solution. So I am talking to you now because God has said I should talk. I am talking to you now because I have hope in God. So God has been the one sustaining us. But talking about solution, honestly, sir, I can tell you that there is no solution.
Ashash.
These people doesn't feel anything for us. This one I am talking now. If they have the power to shut, if they catch me, what are we saying? There is no solution anywhere. If we should organize ourselves now that we are going to National Assembly, the next thing you will see soldiers shooting at us. These people have no conscience.
So another one Nigeria is doing.
It's gone. It is gone. It is not. It is irreparable. I am telling you, because Buhari came and he laid down a bad precedence. We know what happened during the election. By the grace of God, I am not very educated, but from the way I talk, you will know I am not stupid either.
No, you're not, brother.
I am neither educated nor stupid. So I am just in the middle. So somebody will not call me an illiterate, and I will simply not call myself a well-educated fellow. So from the way I talk, you will know that I actually know what I'm saying. The country is gone. Because the next person that will come, we say, Buhari did it, you people did not talk. And that's right. Tinubu also did it, we did not talk. And that is also right. Let the court tell Tinubu to do things like this. Now Tinubu will tell the court that he is the court himself. So tell me, in a place where rule of law is not in existence, do you think we can do anything? The country is gone, Nibaba. Let's not deceive ourselves. See, you are surviving not because the country wants you to survive. You are surviving.
All right. Enough of the lamentation. Enough of the lamentation.
Lamentation.
Yeah, it's
What
not
is the
a
work we need to do? Because if we have mobilized these ones, that's why we say share this video, spread it so that the common people will hear, everyday people will hear. Conduct town hall meetings. Set up. You can do it. Yes, you listening to me, using your data to do something else. You're supposed to call these people, go to villages, on the streets, ask them, have you heard of Ninas? Spread videos to them, educate them, enlighten them. They will know that there's hope and there's solution. And then they will start demanding for it. It's as simple as that.
Yep. If not, that God you're waiting for, he would allow you to be enslaved for another 1 million years.
Because he has given you solution. And he's expecting you to act. God has a limitation. There's what divinity does, and there's what human will do. What human will do, God will not go and do it because he wants you to do it. He wants you to be responsible. He wants you to take charge. He created the earth and said, go and dominate. Be in charge of the earth. How are you waiting for him to come and do it? Look at the roads. that our people are going through. Look at this. You have politicians, you have money, you have resources. This is just small. No roads, no water, no light, nothing. Our people are living in dark ages. Yet, Nigeria is supposed to be number 6 oil producing country. Gas in Anambra State is number 2 in the world. Are we talking about gold? Are we talking about diamond? Are we talking about tin, columbine, iron in Middle Belt? Everywhere full of resources. But see how they kept our people, because they're sharing the resources among themselves. And you are the one allowing it because of ignorance. That's why we say share this video. Let everybody here set up town hall meetings and begin to discuss about Nina's proposition and the strategy. Thank you.
Don't go for I know Giri to go back. I know Giri to come. The road you don't support. The people ask, I know Giri to open the road. While I do no back, no foot, nothing. Government no look at the people. What you call government be this? I beg government, the beg government. Make you call look at these people.
My brother, you don't beg criminals to do anything for you. They lack the capacity. They are criminals. Are you talking? Hello?
Oh, citizens are not supposed to beg. Did I even hear anything? Did I
You
even
gave me a compliment. I'm like, am I talking to myself?
I don't know what happened. Sorry. Citizens are not supposed to beg. You are the employers. The resources, the land, everything belongs to you. The politicians are your employees. You employ them. They're supposed to know what to do, or you sack them. You're not even supposed to beg them. This is the job you brought them in to come and do. If they're not doing it, they're sacked. But they cannot do it under 1999 Constitution. And you cannot hold them accountable, because 1999 Constitution is a constitution that creates impunity and defends the people that carry out the impunity, because they made it. You did not make it. The colonizers made it. The colonizers made it and gave it to the puppets that you call politicians, elites, to put it in place. That is why nothing will work for you.
African people, you've got to wake up to understand that you've got the most valuable continent, and you are the most valuable resource on that continent as human labor. As you were saying that African youths are tired of colonialism. I actually think it's the opposite. African youths are not aware of colonialism because of misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda that is taking place on the African continent that makes the African youths believe that their leaders are the problem, instead of neocolonialism, imperialism, or the recolonization that is currently taking place on the African continent. And that happens by misinforming people, disinforming people, creating illusions for people to believe that what they see is caused by a cause that is usually black leadership and incompetence of black people, which was created in the colonial era. And sanctions are part and parcel of a device, a tool used by the imperialists to continue to ingrain the negative sentiment, the self-hate, and this infighting and disunity among Africans by attacking their economies silently with a virus, with a disease of economics that then cripples an economy, makes people feel despondent about their nation, makes people hate their leadership, and makes people believe that their leadership is not adequate and must be removed, and automatically causes infighting that allows the West to come in and intervene and take over a country. What is the Africa Union? You need to stand up and take up your position. Africa is what is going to restore humanity. Africa is the hope of the world. Africa is what needs to take over, but it's not going to take over until you start taking leadership by denouncing Western death systems, Western death technologies, Western death ideologies and starting to implement African ideologies, which are supposed to lead humanity into evolution and sustainability of human life. Africa, you need to wake up.
Young people, talk to the young
Africa,
people.
young African people, you've got to wake up to understand that you've got the most valuable continent, and you are the most valuable resource on that continent as human labor. And the West needs to exploit you. It needs to exploit you as the buyers of their products. It needs to exploit your resources. And until you start protecting your resources on the African continent, and those in the African diaspora come back home, start putting their money, skills, and effort to protecting the resources, making sure that no one owns our resources, and we process our own resources in a sustainable manner to produce finished products that we must sell to the world, that we must use to monopolize the markets of the world so that we can take up our position. You are not going anywhere. You are not your enemy. Your leaders are not your enemy. Your enemy is the one that has exploited you in slavery, exploited you in colonialism, continues to exploit you today by magic and tricks and lies for you to hate yourself and to think that you need a savior from your enemy that enslaved you.
Now that you talk about a savior, a word to the religious leaders.
The religious leaders, you need to wake up. You have let Africa down. You have colonized Africa through a doctrine that makes Africa rely on an unseen God for their own sustenance. You have been running churches, taking tithes. You have not tried to do anything to teach Africans to produce. You have not done anything to teach Africans to produce food, to create industry, to produce solutions to their own problems. You have just been taking from their pockets and telling them to wait on an invisible God who will come and give them solutions to their problems, while other human beings are creating solutions to their own problems.
Oh, yes. Brainwashing galore.
Yes, in the case of Nigeria, the enemy of the people are those swearing and upholding and governing with 1999 colonial unitary constitution. There is anybody still swearing to, upholding, and intending to govern you with an imposed fraudulent colonial document that ensures that you are tied, your hands are tied, your legs are tied, and you don't do anything meaningful for yourself. That person is your enemy. Chase the person. Even if it's called P2B, chase the person. The person is not your friend. I'll allow my sister to continue. Thank you.
The person is not your friend. So you can see with all of this, they have left off dysfunctional. They have bastardized our communities. So this goes in line with our topic today, dysfunctional families, bastardized communities, because that's what they have left us with. Nothing that works. They will put in our brothers, like we keep telling you guys on this show, they went and got the worst of them all in the community, like the criminals. My sister will say the ones that we gave matches when our ancestors were here and tell them to go into the forest. They went there, brought them out, empowered them, give them the guns and the bullets, and tell them to hold us hostage while they rape us. All repeatedly for the past 64 years plus. As if it's not enough. Oh, I forgot. That's what they do. It's never enough. As long as there are sacrifices going on somewhere else, it's never enough. They will cause the problem. They will show up as the savior to come and deliver us from all evil. Our brother, Dr. Omar Ofatunde, said it very well. He said, nothing will change for Africans until we change the way we think. Therefore, the psychological revolution must take place in order for us to resist our enemies. It starts from here. You believing that there's some random God that will come and save you. Like our brother there is shouting. The only thing I have now is God. My dear, you cannot blackmail God. He doesn't perform at that level. If you go and give your last card to Adiboye, the criminal, the confessor of lies now, if you go and give him your money and think God is going to strike him to death, Asha will buy a jet and fly that jet over your stupid house. Please continue to help us to share. Dysfunctional families, broken, bastardized communities. In ancient Africa, the family was not just a unit, but the very foundation of our society, A family meant a group of one or more parents and their children living together, functioning as a cohesive unit in homes that have been passed down through generations. Sometimes these years, it could be 100 years, in some cases, as long as 300 to 500 years. This family, we are often descendant of a common ancestors, bound not just by blood, but by shared history and purpose. The children did not need to share the same parents to consider themselves siblings. If they grew up together, connected by the same strength of community, they see each other as siblings. In those times, our men made sacrifices. They stood tall, they fought, they even died for their families, children, and their people. Our women, on the other hand, celebrated their natural beauty. They embraced their skin color, their kinky hairstyle, and their body structure with pride because no one dared to make them feel inferior. Our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, they knew their worth. But then the terrorists, the colonial monsters, showed up on the horizon, promising progress through westernization and religious activities and all manner of stuff. What we saw was chaos and devastation. Our Black world, once strong and unified, was fractured, its essence shattered. The consequences of those promises have left us broken. We now stand in a world where families are dysfunctional and communities are bastardized, far from the strength and unity we once knew that our ancestors left us with. So we must confront this truth, that our destruction did not happen overnight, but rather it was systematically set up, and it affected us in our entirety. Everything was affected. The only way forward is to reclaim our mind, our identity, our sense of purpose, so we can begin to rebuild our communities. However, as we demand that the colonial terrorists and monsters repair the damages they inflicted on Africa and Africans, we must also take responsibility for the harm that we have caused and continue to cause to ourselves. We must recognize that we have been left to wither. And when we truly understand this, our actions and responses will be transformed because we will move with urgency, precision, and purpose, empowered by the strength and resilience in our essence. So why are we still embracing the fate handed down to us by our oppressors? Why are we still operating the British colonial terrorist agenda in our land? Where are the good men and women who sat or who see that this system is not only broken, but only serves a handful of criminals who thrive on our suffering? When are we going to finally stand up to the bullies and declare once and for all that enough is enough? Let's look around. Those who conspire with our corrupt leaders are now confessing how they led us astray. Bring your tithe so you can go to heaven. The truth is out. We told you that told you guys they are partners, bedfellows. So more than ever, good men and women must rise up. My sister said that good men and women are 98%, and these criminals are only 2%. They are not that strong. Even with their firearms, they are not that strong. They have stolen enough wealth that they will run out because their houses are here in Houston being taken care of. Why would they want to be hanging with their ancestors when they can be sitting by their swimming pools? We must demand justice. We must demand accountability. And we must insist that the right things be done, not tomorrow, but now. Not tomorrow, but now. I am going to pull up the PowerPoint for the day. Continue to help us to share and like, because we are going somewhere with this. Continue to help us to share. Like, are you still here, sister?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Yeah,
Not tomorrow, but now. Now is when the action is beginning, but you can see the result. We told you that if you arise and push truth, lie will disappear. If you arise and push light, no matter how inconveniencing it is, darkness will disappear.
It has no choice.
He has no choice. Bring on that truth. All the people propelling lies and pushing lies will disappear. It's as easy as that. In some platforms, when you appear with your truth, they start jumping through the window. Ipiam, ipiam, ipiam. Because their conscience is pricking their conscience, what they are doing to their own people. Some that are unrepentant will begin to attack you like demons. You are asking, what is going on? They are possessed. They are under the influence of demonic influence. So they can't help themselves. The hatred is real because you're standing on truth. So they will attack you, attack you, attack you. When it's happening, please don't seek love from such people. They are possessed. You don't need love from the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Which type of love is the devil going to give you? It says resist the devil and he will flee from you, not to give you love. Resist, stand. He said, occupy till I come. Occupy in truth. Occupy in truth. That truth that will make you free. Stay in it. Stand on it. The enemy has no other choice.
Nope.
Disappear. Run. Thank you.
Dysfunctional families, bastardized communities. Dysfunctional families, bastardized communities. Our objective today is to look at the African philosophy of community, the victims of divide and rule/conquer, and how truth-telling is the path to healing ourselves and our lands. And then we'll look at some take-home points. Of course, we cannot move forward without reminding you the dark evil set up by the colonial terrorists to make sure that we remain slaves in our own land while they steal our resources. After, this is how dumb these people are. They have stolen for years. Yet it's not, they said they are smart too. They went to Ivy League. They did all these things. Tell me how you've been stealing for years. You have not stolen enough to sustain yourself. Are you that dumb? Are you that stupid? When you're telling us you're the smartest and the greatest, how are you stealing millions and millions and billions and trillions of dollars unabated for years and you still don't have enough? If you ask me, you are the dumbest of them all. Dumb, 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 dumb. Oh yeah, YouTube. We are using this.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What happened? Yeah, we can see it. We're seeing it. The disclaimer.
Sorry.
What happened?
Maybe our brother is on the other side shouting. Okay. So I turned it off.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the disclaimer. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, please continue to help us to share. You know, whenever we come up with things that people need to hear, these criminals think they can block it. Ashash. Ashash. So this video is used for educational purposes only. So YouTube, please allow us to use it to educate our people, the ones that you're allowed to see it. So let's look at the African philosophy of community. What is a community? A community is a group of people with particular characteristics, attitude, or common interest. This community, they have a kindred spirit, meaning having the same belief, feeling the core, having the same core value. In our African traditional, religious, political, and philosophical experience, we believe that unity is strength. Igwebike indeed, our ancestors, everything, my sister will say, everything that means something in our land, our ancestors have name for it. Nothing came to them by surprise. It's only when we abandon what our ancestors taught us to follow the criminals, the monsters that came to destroy us for who we are. We see our people as complementary, will live in solidarity and harmony, because we know that in contrary, it will lead to alienation. It's all you only hear that people are asked to live in isolation. But do you know the funny thing that is happening in the past, I say 6 weeks continuously? On TV here, they are running ad for you to call and check on your neighbor, because they said suicide, people are killing themselves every 11 minutes in the US. Every 11 minutes, somebody commits suicide. So they're telling people, please, just a simple phone call, go check on people, knock on their door. I said, I thought you said everybody stay by yourself, live by yourself, abandon your mothers and your fathers, hide in your rooms, don't talk to anyone. Now you want us to start calling people because I guess you're tired of hanging people from a rope. Commercial, you will go later commercial now. Go ahead.
You know, they made us use our own money to build big mansions, big prison called mansion, putting our children in different rooms, different cell, everybody to their own rooms. You don't know that it's prison that you just built. 2 days you have not seen your child has not seen you. You live in the same prison because you're very rich. You're very wealthy.
Pay for the same prison.
Yes. If you finish building, you go to your village and build another prison too. Prison 1, prison 2. And everybody, there's no communication. Everybody is in their different rooms, serving their own prison sentence. That you created with your money. And then you're surprised that we are having the type of children we are having, that children cannot communicate. You're surprised you're having autism. You're surprised you're having ADHD. These things are not normal. Human beings are meant to live in community, support one another. My dear, please go ahead.
Yes. So our teachers, the one that we follow all the time, the one that we believe when they wear their suit and glasses and come on air, that's the only one we will listen to. They're saying to call people, please reach out to your neighbors, reach out to your friends, because every 11 minutes somebody is dying. So our ancestors knew this. That's why they live together. They work with the same strength. They understand the need to work together in economic ways, social ways, cultural and political ways. They always have the spirit of no one should be left behind. In Igbo, we call it be your brother. How do you say be your brother's keeper?
Is it that one?
I was trying to say again. Our ancestors left names, clues for us to know how we're supposed to live with each other. Telling us to be our brother's keepers, so that we don't have to make that phone call within 11 minutes because somebody might go check out. Please continue to help us to share, subscribe, like, and love. So these terrorists, they knew who we are. They know what we have. So they came prepared. They came prepared to make sure that while they're stealing our resources, we are fighting each other. While they're stealing our resources, if he's not a Catholic, he's a Pentecostal, fighting each other, to a point that our father will refuse to go to his only daughter's wedding, because the daughter married somebody from Pentecostal and he's a knight at the Catholic Church.
Hey, Aru, abomination.
Guess what happened to that daughter? What? She died in the hand of that man.
What?
One of her family member, when this thing happened, her mother was in the US visiting. Her dad refused to go to her wedding because she married someone from Pentecostal. So this poor girl went to Christ Embassy with a random husband who eventually unalived her. Imagine if the father was present.
Imagine. Could that man do that nonsense?
Yeah, because it's abandonment. Who is there to stop me? Who is there to pick me?
You? Nobody. So he can do anything to you. And in the name of the Lord.
Yeah, thanks to church.
This is just one. Every day we are hearing this. Because it was not like that in our culture. In our culture, are you mad that you will beat Adigbo? Her brothers will visit you. They will pay a visit. He says you're a man. You come and show them man to man. And when we mean brother, it's not even only this from the same parents.
It's the whole clan.
The whole clan, the kindred. Igbo land is where an entire village will be banned from marrying from an entire village, because there was some time 200 years ago that somebody maltreated their daughter that they married. They will ban marriage with that community or that town. That is how so serious it is. Now everybody say DV, domestic violence, as if it's now we are hearing it. Our ancestors knew about it and did something to protect our daughters and prevent such nonsense.
Can you imagine?
And by the way, before you got married, they will even do investigation, proper investigation, to know whether people have schizophrenia in your family lineage, and they will not give their daughters to you.
No, Chris told them to overpass all of that. Marry each other. I'm the daddy in the Lord. Now I'm now your daddy. So ignore whatever your father or your mother said. Now I am your daddy in the Lord. Criminals everywhere.
Criminals, because they want your money.
Yeah.
A child that you did not give birth to. Go ahead.
On a life they go. It's so sad. So these people knew. They knew what they have done. They knew how they operated. They incentivized everyone that is helping them to carry out these atrocities against our people. That's why you will see, you come here, RCC is every corner, everywhere, because they know that RCC knows how to tie our brain down so that we are not thinking. So that we will never organize ourselves politically. We're waiting on the Lord. Only Lord will do it. Only God. That's the only God that will do it for us. When the Indians are organizing themselves and voting in blocks, Chinese people are doing it. My people are busy going to all kinds of jobs. People are flying from here, going from Obodo-Yibo to go and see Ebukobi, because Ebukobi is the one that's going to solve all their problem, not them getting together as a community to solve their problem. God will do it for them. And prior to that, the criminal called Lord Macaulay, the British guy, the terrorist that came to our land. This is what a terrorist looks like. Look behind here. So if anyone is looking for them to come looking like those kidnappers, this is how they look, in a suit, decorated with gold and diamonds. White beard. They will show up and do and undo. He said, I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar. I have not seen one person who is a thief. Such what I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think I will ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is our spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system. Remember, they told you guys that we didn't have any education system. They are the one that brought it. Look at the criminals bringing you education system. Oh, they also thought we didn't even have any culture either. We are just random, ignorant, nigger area people. For if the Africans think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them to be, which is a truly dominated nation. You guys succeeded. But guess what? The children of those that you guys conquered are here to take back their rightful place, criminals. So back off. We are no longer your conquered, dominated nation. We are here for you. You said you're smart. Come, let's challenge each other face to face. Don't go and hide behind bullets. Come out with your intelligent self. Let's do it face to face, one guy. As if it's not enough. This criminal on the other right hand, he said, we bled Africa for 4.5 centuries. We looted their raw materials. Then we told them lies that Africa are good for nothing, or Africans are good for nothing. We also use religion. So in the name of religion, we destroy their culture. That's why a father will refuse to go to her child's wedding, because she belongs to another religious entity. And after being made rich at their expenses, we now steal their brain through miseducation and propaganda to prevent them from enacting Black retribution against us. This one wasn't 100 years ago. This one just happened. As if our ancestors are telling them to confess. Confess in how they were held down. Confess. Tell them how we hold them down. Show them what they need to do to begin to liberate themselves. our people will read this and just go back. Oh, I forgot. They will go to Russia and start marrying Russian women and Japanese women, telling them they are Igbos now. That's what we do. Instead of taking a step, challenging the status quo, these people will easily bop off somewhere to go and conquer territory on the other side. Victims of divide and rule and / conquer. They made us all victims in our homes, in our society. They told us that the only way we will survive is based on survival of the fittest, product of enslaved mentality. That's why even when the house is on fire, we're, oh, praise the Lord, fire, fire, Holy Ghost, fire, fire, fire. As if Holy Ghost fire is water, your house is burning, you are calling Holy Ghost fire. These people work so hard, the white, the Arab, the Asian, to keep us enslaved. They will come to our lands, take all our resources. When you go to theirs, even the taxi driver will enslave you. Just you taking a taxi from the airport to the hotel. Yeah, they did it to someone that we knew. He went from the Niger area to go to China, and at the airport, they stole her money at the airport. Told her to go back. She didn't come with any money. They used our politicians to enslave us, our church leaders, our monarchies. They even use our employers to enslave us. The rich, the husbands, everybody is looking for somebody to enslave. The husband will enslave the wife will enslave the little child that came to help her in the house, the house help. When she wants to unleash punishment, she will unleash the one proportionate to the ruling parties on one little child that came to.
She will transfer all the one that her husband released on her on top of the child. It's from another person.
Very wicked ideas.
Demonic.
Children want to enslave their parents. Parents want to enslave their children. Older siblings want to enslave their younger siblings. It's ongoing. As a result of this inherited wrong relationship with our colonial terrorists, even some wrong cultures and traditions. We are traumatized now. A lot of psychopathology going on, dysfunctionality, which money, wealth, and individual careers successes cannot solve. That's why with all the westernization and education that we are finding it difficult to be in a relationship, especially the relationship between a Black man and a Black woman. They have made our men to feel some type of way that they will empower the women and then make the man poor or disempower the men, causing us to have issues with each other, causing our men to marry from other races. And we have pictures to prove it. You guys know the story of Toby Bryant. Is it Toby one called Kobe? Amamukahana Azaz, Kobe and Toby. And he listened to BBB. You guys know that story. When you guys run off to go and marry from other races because you feel like, oh, I can marry a Black person, or this is where I find myself, because instead of you to fight, you run off and find yourself in Russia.
Because everybody dysfunctional.
Everybody dysfunctional. You go and marry whoever. And as this thing is going on, some of them will even make up stories and say, oh, love is love. You're a criminal. Because those people are not loving you. We know that they're not loving you because as we are speaking, in the next 20 years, especially here in America, the richest Black men's wealth that is here in America will be transferred to white women that they married in the next 20 years. In the next 20 years, the richest Black men in America, their wealth will be owned by white women because that's who they chose to love is love. Their love is love. And they abandon their sisters and their mothers. So back to the story of Osahia Okobi or Toby, that's basketball.
That Brian song guy.
Yeah.
That
yes.
Helicopter.
When we tell you guys that love is love, this is the father, Toby's father. This is the man that woke up. I remember when my children were doing track. That track schedule almost took me out. I said, track about walk.
My dear.
That's how I ran away from that track.
You'll be picking them, dropping them. They're going everywhere, out of state, inside states. You are driving everywhere like what?
I said, this is fraud. That's how I drove them one day, 1 hour, 2 hours to go somewhere. As soon as I was coming back, the match was done. They didn't even tell me. I had to go back again. That's the day I say, you guys are not running anymore. If you run in the neighborhood and run back to the house.
Yes.
So imagine a father that took all the time to train this boy, only for him to go and find this random love is love lady. Do you guys know that when the father of this guy died, the one that made all the sacrifices before the person that doesn't look like you showed up to the scene, guess what happened? She tweeted, she sent the condolences. Hey, to the father-in-law that died after she left them.
Love is love.
Yes, so hear me well. Those of you going in Chinese and China and Japan and marrying love is love. Ngosubiru na mara love is love. Where is coming from?
Ndi ala wotu.
And I will you every time. I will you. How come the other group of people are not marrying us when they sign up for NBA and basketball?
Or help us to even end colonialism if they love us so much. There's a picture of India Lawotu in this thing.
Yes, I'll pull it up.
Okay. No, I sent one for you. That would be easier if you see that in where the PowerPoint. I screenshot it and put it. It's already put together.
It's already put. Okay,
you just click and see it is in this thing. So we are telling you, especially our men, it's not for us, so it's for you, because you are the one carrying the heritage from generation to generation. If you want, go and marry weapon fashioned against you. Bring them inside. When it go happen, we will be here on Doctors of Truth telling the story. Your mother.
It has already started to happen. You see how when it will happen. Look at this one. This is Michael Jackson's son.
Okay.
Suing the grandmother that doesn't look anything like him.
We're not seeing it yet, too.
Oh, okay, my dear.
The grind is still, Kobe's zone is still up.
Okay, Are you seeing it?
Yes, we are seeing it now. Blanket.
We saw the blankets. Blankets.
One way buy a blanket. Also blanket.
Of course. Why won't he go crazy? His name is Blanket.
Cloth now. Sack cloth, and also blanket.
Yeah. Mr. Blanket took the grandmother that doesn't look anything like him. So when you think about it, where would he find the consideration from? Random grandmother that look like somebody else.
Exactly.
You don't represent me. I have no relationship with you. I have no connection with you.
No connection.
Why would you be touching the money that was supposed to left for me by my random father, Mumu?
Exactly.
Look where I here.
Men, Hana Agwanti, Onuro, Ebepu isi, nti eso ya.
Love is love.
Anywhere you see love, carry. Because you can't stand and understand that what you went through is what the Black woman went through. We are all dysfunctional as a result of colonialism and neocolonialism. We must find a way to understand ourselves and work with ourselves. If you think the easiest thing is to jump out and go somewhere and go and carry one akporoka, okay.
But you're a criminal, my dear. Get the heck out of here.
It's better to be seeing it so that they will understand what we're saying. I put them together in just one slide. It's just a slide. It's together already.
Okay.
So this one is just, that's in WhatsApp. This one is just Russia. We are not talking about the one that is happening in China. All over. And these men, we have the audacity. Our women, the wives, we are well pleased. Please, we will make very soon. Please, we will make very soon. You see what we're saying? You will seem pleased and please yourself. Who do you think you are fooling? You think we are not hearing stories? You think we don't know what you're going through? How you are washing underwears? How you are doing things that you can't even do for your Black wife? You think we don't know the double standard? Who are you? Who are you deceiving? Laughing and suffering and smiling.
Because the colonial masters or monsters told them to be feeling less than.
We must be honest to ourselves. We need to retrieve our land, deliver our people. You running away as a man, that's not what your ancestors did. That's not what they did. If your ancestors ran away to where it is easier, you will not have the land. That land that you're bringing that foreign woman to, you will not have it. You wouldn't have inherited it. You wouldn't have had anything to inherit. You wouldn't have even been born, because it wasn't easy for your ancestors. But they stood, fought, made things happen. That's why we are still having a land called our ancestral home. You think the easy way out is to jump out? I'm gonna carry the easy one. You see now? We're not telling you anything, no. Do whatever you want to do. But in Boga Bottom, we will be here telling the story.
Unbelievable. Our ancestors are turning in their graves, the victims of divide and rule/conquer. They caused us to lack money. They caused us to lack wealth. They left us in scarcity, so we'll be fighting with each other. You can imagine the aduku and the na ya na-etu aha n'ụtụtụ. My father will call me Nnema. Ụtụtụ ọma Nnema. Only for you to now be relegated to the Ozarum or Indian English. Ha kpochie gị na Ozarum. Gbatazie gị ndị Russia. Nyezie ya isi agụ. Sị gị na ọ nwaanyị ala elere. Ọ na-asụ Igbo. Taa gbafuonu from here. Are we speaking English? Are we from Britain?
Oh.
Why are you guys always promoting white women speaking Igbo? Are we from Britain? Are we not speaking English? Here.
Afamobo, mbweke, anamano, onye, America. I don't watch you today.
Very stupid.
Throwing those nonsense in front of us. In the time when we are fighting for the land, trying to deliver you and your children, all you can do is to go and film nonsense and throw in our face.
Give random bets to random people everywhere.
Nonsense.
And for us to accept it. Leaving our sisters with inferiority complex. Lack of appreciation for what God has given to her. Causing her to want to bleach her skin, straighten her hair. You know, our sisters are now implanting bots just to see if they will be validated.
Can you imagine?
They are spending millions buying designer, which is the greatest exhibition of slave mentality. For you to think the only way you will feel validated is for you to go and wear a brand name of some random Italian man in the forest somewhere in Italy, and think that's what's gonna make you to now become somebody important?
Can you imagine?
Hey!
Black woman.
Can
you imagine?
Your mother will be hungry in the village, and the only thing will be hungry you is to wear Fendi. When you're a fake, I beg a Fendi faga.
Gucci Amani, Baba Agoma, Ababa Abobo. Who cares? Who cares?
Slave mentality. That's why we need psychological revolution, brothers and sisters. If the only way that you will feel validated is for you to put fake wig, attach it to your front head, whatever makeup, and then if it's not enough, you will wear Fendi and Hundi and Armani and think that's who's gonna tell us who you are now.
Different shades of poto, 7 layers. Because Nollywood wants to act movie. And Nollywood, you're not helping us. Stop giving our women hair that is looking like this, the hair of goats to wear and look like Brazilians. You have Brazilian head, but you have the body of African woman. Stop it already. Because it's you directors that are causing this trouble. Now you are all the women you can feature in your video are the ones that have put excess behind. Why would the women have low esteem? Why would they have inferiority complex? Because they want to look a certain way so that the director will give them the role to play. These women die on operation table while trying to get excess behind. Because somebody needs to validate them.
Ha!
Why can't they act your movie with their natural hair? I'm asking you, Nollywood. Why can't they act the movie with their braided hair, with normal hair that makes us look like African? You are acting a woman that's living in Lagos. You are bringing her hair. She's living like she's living where I don't know. Yet this African woman you act.
None of them was the ages anymore.
No, everything is chopped off.
All their ages. They behind glue on their forehead to
peel off. Before you know, you start having a baldness. It's only that behind that they are extending. The weight that thing is inflicting on your knees. It's not now.
Wait till you reach 50 and 55.
It's not now you will know what you're doing to yourself. God has given each individual the weights that the joints in your body can carry. You go and bring extra ones and put behind. Something is fat here. The legs are like a mosquito. The joints weak. When you are 50, that's when you will know what you are doing to yourself. If you want, don't stand and be confident in yourself as an African woman. The beauty of your beauty is inside you. Your beauty is in your character. My people say, your beauty is in your character. The way you carry yourself, even if you want, whatever it is, the way you carry yourself. Please, my sisters, I beg you. You are beautiful. Your skin is beautiful. Your lips are okay the way they are. The cheekbone is fine. Everything is okay. Your hair is wonderful. You see this kinky hair? Just sprinkle. You see, get bottled water. Just bottle. That's a plastic that you buy $1. Put water inside it. Small drop of oil. Or put one coconut oil. Small drop. Don't spend money on this hair. This hair is cheap to maintain. Sprinkle it. Bam, 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 bam. Touch it. Pam, 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 pam. You are good to go. You are good to go. Stop allowing them to defraud you like the church people are defrauding you with lies. You don't have problem of dandruff. You don't have problem of what? This your hair cleans itself naturally. Just wash it normal, put normal oil. Just okay. Ask what your mothers. Do you know my mom? Her hair, some of the pictures, you see, you need to see her hair. In full glory. What was she using then? Was she using the nonsense that's selling for you? This one grow hair. This one, what is cutting your hair is the
chemicals.
The chemicals.
Eating up your hair. You see children 20 years of age, they don't have any more edges because of glue. Glue from wig, Brazilian butt, Brazilian and then more. Who told you that it's okay for you to be an Igbo woman and now you want to have a Brazilian look? Who is funding that nonsense? Who is supporting that nonsense? Our brothers and sisters, we must reject that evil plan in its entirety.
Colonial mentality.
We must find peace with who we are, how God have made us, and insist on our being without being altered by what marketers are selling, criminal enterprises are selling, whoever that is making us think it's okay to feel that we are not enough. It's okay for us to battle with low self-esteem. Sometimes we don't even know it. It's subconscious in us to always want to look like the other. We spend money on hair, we spend money on bleaching cream, we spend money on Fendi belt, Fendi shoe, Armani bag. Hey, to make you think that you have to be a slave, have a slave mentality for you to feel worthy. Who did this? We are calling you guys back home. Dysfunctional families, bastardized communities. We don't have to live in what our oppressors left us for or left us with. We don't have to. We can do better. Our brothers, you don't have to be totally confused and lost. We are here for you. You don't have to go and marry Japanese woman that they 2 foot and be parading her as if she's something. Who are you guys allowing to? You don't have to go and marry a white woman that cannot breastfeed your black child. One of our brothers said that you need to marry a woman that will give birth to your vision. And that vision should look something like you, not something like your oppressor. You should never, ever, ever look like your oppressor. Because if it does, then your oppressor or oppressors have won the battle over you.
Yes.
This loss of ability to stand, fight, or die for your family, it needs to come back, just like our ancestors did. We must understand the meaning of unity. Yes. Because in unity, we find strength.
Yes.
Anyone telling you that your brother is a problem, the person is the criminal.
Yes.
That's why we ask for criminal pastors, that we must heal each other. Yes. We must come together. We must find that brother's keeper that our ancestors left in us. We must have respect for each other. We see those hands holding each other tight no matter what. That's what our ancestors left us with.
Yes.
So whatever the colonialists, the colonial terrorists, like they told you, they said they gave you miseducation for you not to know who you are, for you not to value who you are, for you to think everything white. Because you see our brothers and sisters, they will say, oh, black man's heart is black. Black man's heart is wicked. Black man's heart is that. So what are you calling the people, the terrorists that came to your land and destroy you for who you are?
Yes.
They're brothers and sisters of Jesus.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Unbelievable. Go ahead.
Unbelievable. No, like it's crazy. The people that came to your land, destroyed you, took you out in slave ships, packed you like sardines, while your feces and urine and scatter is dripping on each other. They have good hearts. Is your brother that is correcting you to do things the right way that has black heart? Who lied to you? Who bewitched you? Who bewitched you, black man? If we hear one more, anybody saying, hey, black people are this, black people are that, because topremonya hakanti, ora bianca, toprea one. Give me set your brain here.
Yeah. You see, we remember they used this thing to destroy our apprenticeship that the people are bragging about.
Yes.
That we used to use to help our next generation get them to where they need to be. In the church, black men that is here. Bring the money. Let's pray for you.
Yes. They're taking your destiny. They're taking your star. Come, let's pray for you and collect all the tithes and offering.
Aaron, we must return back to our roots. Now. We must. We must take back whatever the enemy is, whatever they have stolen from us. We need to take it all back. Return, Noya. Whatever we have heard from these criminals, religious entities, miseducation, misinformation, we need to drop all of it and begin to heal ourselves from the trauma. If it means going to apologize to your brothers and sisters, apologize. We have to go and learn the gift of forgiveness, not the one that your criminal pastors teaches you, but the one that will actually let your brothers and sisters know that you are making a U-turn from where you were going before. It's possible, my people. It is possible that we can return to our youth where the strength of our unity will come back, because without that healing, we cannot conquer our enemies. Without that truth, we cannot conquer our enemies. We cannot continue to be dysfunctional.
No.
We know that family is the foundation of our community, and the community and society, when they become dysfunctional, our core values will be bastardized.
Mm-hmm.
Anything goes. Anything goes. We know that nothing will change for us until we change the way we think. Our brother mentioned psychological revolution first. Is the most important one. If we want the white man to repay his damage, we, all of us, we must take the responsibility to repair those damages that we caused and are still causing ourselves. We find it difficult to organize ourselves, except when it's time for burial, when it's time for party, year organization. We love parties so much that we have littered dead bodies all over in our land. We've told you guys this the last time, that we must bury all those dead people. You guys are living in the mortuaries. These dead bodies are going everywhere, causing chaos. Our ancestors never left any dead bodies. Thank God. My father died not too long ago. He said we should bury him within 24 hours. We buried him, and heaven and earth did not pass away. We buried him in less than 24 hours, and heaven and earth did not pass away. We have to return back to our roots, because money cannot treat our psychopathology or our dysfunctionality. We must begin to learn to make sacrifices. We must think about community well-being. We've been telling you this about this. It can never be about you. It has to be about all of us at every point in time. Our ancestors told us, where did all those things go before you guys start following colonial masters and their misinformation? To cause you to feel so inferior, you think, oh, when you marry a white person, you get white privilege, ashash. Because when you are driving alone, if a police sees you on the road, he will not allow you because you're still black. Mumu, you're still black. Go ahead, my sister.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are telling our people, see, my sister, thank you so much, because all these problems, money or wealth cannot fix them. We will have to fix them by ourselves, like my sister has said. We told you are victims, and we are all victims of divide and conquer. So we have to fix the problem by ourselves. It's not by throwing money around or chasing after money. No. Truth telling is the path to healing ourselves and our lands. You must tell yourself truth. We must speak truth to ourselves. That's why we're here. We say the truth. Even when some people don't want to listen, they don't want to hear it. Sorry, we will continue to say it because that's the truth. It is time to make things right. Need to take charge and become responsible. We cannot just keep wishing things away. It is not godly. It's not the right way to do things. We need to begin to repair the damages, like my sister said, that we, by ourselves, are causing as a result of the dysfunctionality that came from the colonialism and neocolonialism. We are damaging things in the homes, in the families, in the communities, in the country, in the society. We need to stop ourselves. Those that need therapy, go for therapy.
Please.
Well, we are victims of trauma.
Please.
So we understand it. We've been traumatized. Living in Nigeria alone, for instance, is a trauma center. It's like existing in a trauma center. So we don't really expect it to be normal. But we're saying there's help. But first of all, you need to tell yourself the truth that this is not okay. This is not normal. Being in a house where everybody's shouting. We're not saying shouting in excitement that you're happy something good is happening. That's what we're saying. We're saying anger, shouting, fighting, beating, everything. It's not normal. It's dysfunctionality, and it has led to destruction of our society. Truth and reconciliation equal to peace and healing, both at individual level and at community healing level. We need to heal. It's time to begin to heal. We'll give example, marriage and divorce, because we'll like giving an example in what we're saying, practical examples, so that you won't say you don't understand what we're saying. Marriage or divorce, either of them, they do not need to be messy. If you are deciding to be inside the marriage, it doesn't need to be messy. If you are deciding to leave, that you feel like, no, I can't take this in anymore, it doesn't need to be messy either. You don't need to deny your children their rights because you're a parent. Either you are a mother or you're a father. You have influence over the children. You tell them, don't talk to that other person. No. If you talk to that other person, then I'm out of here. No, you're destroying them. You're bastardizing their psychology. Let love lead. Let friendship prevail. Even if it's something they say, agree to disagree. Stay and say, okay, because of this and this and this, I can't go with you anymore. I can't be with you anymore. We don't need to shout it. You can say it like a conversation, and then we settle it amicably. It's okay to create boundaries, but let relationship be cordial and respectful. Even if you decide to go your way, please let it be cordial and respectful. Marriage and love is not by force. It's not a do or die affair. That's another place that the church lied to you until you dare to part you. Then you are there either to kill the other one will kill you. It's a lie. You see, they're already coming to confess. You see, this one too, they will come to confess. Because they lied to our people. Stay there until death do you part. This is a priest that never married. Though. Every father that never married, that does not know what marriage is, telling you that if you enter, you have entered. You stay there. If it's that easy, why is he not married? He's going there in the society, molesting children and wearing white. In African culture, fathers or father's family are the ones that give daughters out in marriage, except when there's clear danger or threat to life. Let's not be doing things upside down. They say, my people say, omenani. You leave omenani and start doing omenenu. That means you leave the things that, this is the way the things should be done. You'll be doing it the wrong way. Why? Why are you doing that?
Because Chris is telling them to do otherwise.
Okay.
Yes. You don't need your father's blessing. I'm your daddy now. I'm the daddy Jew. I'm your daddy in the Lord. So if I say marry this guy, I don't care if your father shows up to the wedding or not. Marry the guy.
Well, it's not right. You don't need to carry certain baggages to the next generation. These are why you're having psychological issues. It will not cost us much to carry everyone along in whatever we're doing. And these people are inside church answering deacon and deaconesses. Yet the anger and unforgiveness and what they're carrying inside your heart, you can't imagine it.
Praying and fasting every week.
Praying and fasting to demons. Whether divorced or married, celebrate good times together. Find a way to do it for the sake of the children. It's true. We know that actions have consequences. But let that consequence, let it not include protracted anger being expressed in public. You're like this. Your daughter is wedding. Your son is wedding. All you can be doing is young. You tight face this way. You tight face it that way. Even when they say be on high table, they're doing like like idol. Please stop spoiling the children's pictures. It's not that serious. And these people go for morning mass, afternoon mass, evening mass, pray to Mary, pray to white Jesus. Still, their heart is as darker than that of the devil. It is not okay. If nobody told you, we will tell you. We are daughters of truth. We will tell you. Stop bastardizing our communities. Stop destroying our families. The dysfunctionality is too much and it's unnecessary.
It is.
Identity, culture, and tradition should not be discarded for the sake of white man. It's our identity. This is who we are. We don't want the identity crisis. If in their place they don't value fathers and value relationship, that is their own. Our own is different. We value everyone. We value mothers. We value fathers, uncles, aunts, grandma, grandpa, everybody, children. This is who we are. Do not throw it, because that's mentality, colonial mentality, in slavery mentality, making you to forget yourself and pick that of the colonial masters. Please, whether you're staying married or you're divorced, try and celebrate together. Whether it's graduation, weddings, birthdays, naming ceremonies, please find a way, find a formula. Let's put our differences aside for the sake of the children that are graduating or that are being named or doing birthdays, for their sake. It's not about you. Take whatever demon that is worrying you by the side. Whatever the man did to you or whatever the woman did to you, keep it aside. Say, we have to do this for the sake of the child. Because each time both of you are doing all those nonsense, the people that suffer are the children. And it's taken to the next generation, to the next. That dysfunctionality continues. And people are coming into marriages with baggages.
Trauma upon trauma.
Trauma upon trauma. Stop traumatizing our children. Protracted unforgiveness is very unhealthy. It causes depression, anxiety, all those psychological stuff. There are different ways and tools to aid people through journey of forgiveness. Parents, whether father or mother, make sure you find a way to establish and build a relationship with your children. They need you, irrespective of what is going on with your spouse or ex-spouse. Even when the other one is stopping you, send emails. Look for ways. Send somebody. Don't stay there and say, I've not spoken to my children in 7 years. My wife will not let me. My ex-wife will not let me. Shut up. Shut up. Send the people. Look for somebody that is close to them, behind the woman. Send a message to your son, to your daughter. I'm your daddy. I'm sorry what you're going through. I'm sorry what happened. Please, can we have a relationship? Please. I'm not saying you should hate your mother. I'm not saying you should hate any other person, but just you and I. Please, it's important to me. There's no child that you beg like that, no matter what the mother is saying, that will not say, okay, Dad.
Yep.
Usually,
complicated, guys.
Yes. Usually, they will come behind. Rather, they will not tell their mother. They will secretly go and speak to you. If they know their mother will be upset, they will not tell her, but they will connect with you. Don't feel comfortable raising other people's children and saying your own children, my wife, my ex-wife, every day you come on social media. My ex-wife will not allow me to see my children for 20 years. Clap for yourself. Yes, you are fixing other people's lives. You can't fix your own. Stop giving excuses. Use your brain for once. Throw away the ego. Those children will grow and they won't need you anymore. Who is losing? It is not okay. Forgiveness means to move past the incident and the hurt. It doesn't necessarily mean you must forget. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will carry the person and the two of you will be kissing and hugging and nothing. No, that's not what forgiveness means. It's releasing your own self and deciding like, okay, what happened has happened. Let me move. Let us move to the next level and find a new way of doing things. Let's be human at any point in time. It's okay to set boundaries, but be human. If you see somebody, your ex-husband or ex-wife is dropping dead, as a human being, run to the person and help the person. We are not saying you should remarry the person. That is being human. Parents, please do not exercise your power of love over your children. Oh, if that man is coming, then I won't be there. Or if that woman is going to be there, then count me out. Shut up! You are too demonic to be breathing. It's okay not to forget. because to forget is the brain that will have to forget. But be human. Make up your mind to be human. Truth and reconciliation equal to peace. Matthew 5:9 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God." It pains us that most of you are inside church calling yourself Christians and children of God. Yet the unforgiveness inside your heart, the heat coming from it, they can use it to boil eggs. We talk of family level, we talk of community level. Those operating the systems that are oppressing our people, you need to stop. Whether in church, tradition, politics, everywhere, culture, tradition. If it's oppressing our people, we need it to be stopped. You need to stop it. At national level and community level, it is time to embrace a system that will put an end to all oppressions at all levels. We're not taking this anymore. No indigenous people should be seen as minority. No human being should be made to feel inferior, even if the person is a disabled person or whatever. Is a human being first. It is time to end the evil, oppressive Nigeria's inverted federalism and the colonial and neo-colonial system that is based on 1999 military constitution. It's time to end it. Don't make us to come here and be talking every day, 1999 constitution, as if you're deaf and dumb. Your Papa G.O. has already started confessing, and asking for forgiveness. There are many things they will have to come and ask for forgiveness. Many, but you are going to push them. Social media, everywhere. Push the truth everywhere. Nina's proposition and constitutional force majeure have the right steps towards a peaceful resolution of all constitutional grievances. Yes. Because we have told you there's a coming in. What happened? I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Nina's proposition and constitutional force majeure have the right steps towards a peaceful resolution of all constitutional grievances that we've been having in that land. You see that tree? We told you that the root of all your pain, the things that is making you to be dysfunctional in the home, in the church, in the society, is 1999 constitution. It is not your ancestors. It is not demons. It's not devil. It is 1999 unitary constitution. You see the fruit coming from there, where it's bringing corruption, insecurity, poverty, hunger, unemployment, police brutality, everything that has made you broken as a human being. You in Nigeria, you in Africa, is the colonial structure, the colonial system. That's why we are here fighting for the colonization of Africa and Nigeria. It must happen. It must happen.
You say?
It must happen. We must take away everything that they gave us. Nobody that is your enemy, your colonizer, that will give you a structure, a policy that will work for you.
Nope.
That's impossible.
Nope.
So we have our local solution to our local problem. We are diverse. We are multi-ethnic. That is the truth. That's our reality. But we have been like that for ages. And we were living fine until the white man and Arab people showed on the horizon. So we are going back. Mind you, a bad system will never appear wrong to those that are benefiting from it.
Nope.
So if you're waiting for your church leaders and political leaders and traditional leaders that are benefiting from the wrong system in Nigeria to one day and say, oh, okay, this is wrong, you're joking. That's not going to happen. They will do everything to defend it and at the detriment of the larger society. This is our brother, he says Wisdom Hub. You see, most of the time when we put anything that did not come originally from us, we did not cut off where it came from. You look down, you're going to see, because we like giving credit to people that own any part of work that we're doing. Because all we're doing is to use these materials to teach our people and to connect our people to some of the people that are saying the same thing that we're saying, so that when you see them on social media, you can follow them, like them, because they're saying what we are saying. We are taking you away from toxicity to where you can get accurate information. Those operating the system that is oppressing the people, it is a moment of truth. Whether you are doing it through politics, religion, tradition, now leaders, it is time to stop the oppression. It is time, because Ninas,
For your own good.
for your own good, because eventually we get to you, and you will be the consequences of your action will be on you and your children. So we are only advising you. We are not begging you. We don't beg, because we know that what we're doing is right. When you are pushing truth, it's only a question of time. Bible has already said what will happen. That once light is coming, he said the gate of hell cannot prevail.
Oh no.
The gate of hell cannot continue to stand.
Oh no.
That's why we continue to push. NINAS, Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, Alliance, we are together, united for freedom. We have done so many things. They have done many things, worked in step by step. Repudiation of the 1999 Constitution is already done and dusted. Anyone we do, we dust it, keep it aside. Constitutional force majeure done on the 16th December 2020, done, dusted. Where we are now is transition. Because some people say, oh, when you take away the Constitution, there's going to be vacuum. No, there's not going to be any vacuum, because that's why it's transition. From point A to point B. From evil, from darkness to light. We are transiting. So you are going to join us as we continue. If you see other things that need to happen in small time. Shut down any preparation to any election, whether P2B or Atiku, all of them. Any 2027 general election is not what we need. Because those people that will win will still rule you by 1999 Constitution. So it doesn't make sense. We need to, any discussion, anybody coming to you, your neighborhood, to discuss 2027 general election, please, give them race. Let them run away. What we need is transition to union renegotiation, so that we'll discuss how we want to live. Thank you.
All right, so our take-home point, as you can see, we have done justice to this topic. Please make sure you help us to share this information. Begin to heal yourself. The trauma is real. You know, oh, this one, I'm strong. I don't need counseling. No, you need though. You need, because these things are subconscious and they follow you everywhere. They impact every decision that you take. So as for today, we're asking you to be a peacemaker, be a forgiver, be a change maker, be human. Understand that we have been destroyed as a people. We have been miseducated, misinformed. So join us to end colonialism and neo-colonialism in Africa and other places where you see it. We also know that the truth holds that if we pull down the 1999 Unitary Constitutional Orders and its inverted federalism and colonial structures, that our people will live a befitting life. And that's one thing that we talk about here, equity, fairness, and justice. You don't hear that from church leaders or bring tithes. Equity, fairness, and justice that our ancestors told us about, which is excluded in that 1999 Unitary Constitution. Why are we carrying a document that is against our people? Why are we holding down a document that is against our progress? Why are we uplifting a document that is making sure that instead of going forward, we are going backwards? So we are saying it's time to embrace a system that will put an end to all oppressions at all levels. at the national level, community level, family, and even individual levels. Read the NINA's constitutional force majeure document. I gụrụ akwụkwọ, I gụrụ ya ọfụma. Ndị Harvard nwere evidence. The school fees are there. The degrees are there. So read the document because it has all the right steps towards a peaceful resolution of our constitutional grievances. Our brothers and sisters don't have to die over this. The colonial masters don't have to take glory. They don't have to appear as the solution maker. We can do this on our own. You, even you, the criminal pastors and the politicians, you can be a change agent and do the right thing for your people. The time has come for us to leave our children a legacy where they will live life with dignity because of the work we have done. So here are some of our announcements. Wisdom of our ancestors is always there. I love my ancestors. My sister will say, I don't know about your ancestors. Maybe they were the Ottomans working with the colonial terrorists. Our ancestors were warriors fighting for their community. So we are so proud of them. Our sister is constantly on air through Spotify, Clubhouse, living information. She writes a newsletter on a weekly basis. Please subscribe to the newsletter so you can begin to have a change of mind. She's not only talking about self-determination, she's talking about the brainwashing, the misinformation that we were given all these years for us to not see the value in ourselves. She's working hard to undo the damage. And if you can tweet on Tuesday that Nina's is right, we stand with Nina's transition now. Share this information so that our brother is not waiting for the Lord. He said the only thing he has now is Lord. The Lord is not coming, brother. He will allow you and your children to be enslaved for another 8 million years. He's not coming. We have to do the work. Go and learn more on ninasvoice.org. Daughters of Truth, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on X, we are on TikTok, we are everywhere. And we want to thank those that are doing the work offline. We thank you. We mentioned earlier that we must insist on transition now. And finally, we want to remind you that this work is not being done by terrorists. Or when you're not somewhere, there's nobody in the hole doing this work. Human beings are doing this work. So what role are you playing? I know some of you are dumbfounded after you watch it. You don't have anything to tell us. Some people will say, I hope they don't get arrested, though. I'm feeling sorry for these people, all these things they are talking. Some will say, every woman, these women think they want to be seen and they're tying different acquisitions. Stop wasting time. Work is ongoing. Resources are needed. What role are you playing to save your people apart from sewing clothes and having a party every weekend? What resources are you applying to this? How many clothes would you have in your closet for you to say, I need to do something that can save humanity, if not for anything, for the children you have given birth to? I know a lot of you feel like, this America is heaven, nothing is going to happen. Do you have a place, an alternative place, if something happened to your secured homeland, America? Are your children strong enough to sustain what you can sustain? The last time I checked, your clothes will not save them. Your handbags will not save them. Your closet full of Fendis and Wendy's cannot save them. But I know the land of my ancestors has the potential to do otherwise. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Until next week, please continue to help us to share, like, subscribe. Work is going offline. We come here on a weekly basis just to touch bases with you guys and connect the dots. As God will have it, He's on our side. If your daddy Gio is not confessing, where's the house of run? We know the lies, everything they told us is a lie. They told us to knock out the Obi in our father's land because our ancestors are against us. They told us that our cousins are the ones that are holding us down. They say that our stepmothers are the ones that make sure that the market that we brought from China, that Nigerian government will seize it. They told us that your uncle, the one that is always annoyed because your father married your mother, And now he thinks the money that your father is supposed to give him is going to your mother and her children. That's the uncle holding you hostage. Lies. The uncle lacks such. He has that. He doesn't have that kind of power. He told you that, oh, when you bring the children to teach them apprenticeship, they will steal all your resources. Yes, because of the way you guys left Nigeria. That's why they're stealing your resources. We can still go back to our roots. We can still re-educate our children. Do you guys know that if we start today to make such an impact, let's say we give birth to a child today, by the time we put this right information in their head, do you know in the next 15 minutes, 15 years, we'll have 15-year-old children everywhere that are super smart.
Yeah.
So don't give up. Don't be tired and think this is a big work. It cannot be done. Do you know that if we give birth today, I didn't say yesterday, if we give birth today and begin to put right information in our kids, in the next 15 years, our children will ask you questions. You have to go and get encyclopedia to answer
But
them.
15 is too far. 5 years children, when they ask you that well trained, they give you ask you question, your head will correct you very well.
So it's not too late for us to get it right.
Yes.
Don't let the social system overwhelm you, the social media overwhelm you, everything overwhelm you. No, we cannot be overwhelmed.
No.
We are all present when the 419ers were in vogue. We saw all Jews kind of bastardize our land and where they are clapping for him. He went from glory to glory, still all the resources from Imo State, bought him a hotel in South Africa or whatever else in South Africa, tried to be our senator. We watch them. We are clapping. Nobody stopped them. So you don't go to say now, oh, everybody's a criminal. We can't help everybody. Are you going to live in a criminalized place? What is the solution if not to make it right?
The place you're living is not somebody that built it. Osita Debao de Barabo. You start today. It's early.
Our brothers of the opinion. I saw one saying, hey, I don't want any trouble. Oh, because life is too short. All I do is to go to work happy, come back from work happy, go to parties happy, and come back home with my wife happy. You are an irresponsible adult.
Very irresponsible. And he popped our children into this world. He will disappear. His children and grandchildren will be in hell.
Life is not about you being happy. Life, the definition of life is not for you to go and be happy every day and be partying. The definition of life is for you to be a problem solver.
Yes.
So it's not okay for you to now define everything with I have to be happy. Who told you have to be happy for life to move forward?
Immaturity, lack of brain.
Please stop posting those nonsense videos and telling our people life is too short to be happy. Happy for what? Why did you give birth to these children? You're trying to leave this massive problem for them so that you can be happy.
Nonsense.
What an irresponsible assertion. Get the heck out of here, man. You all should start reading about how to be a woman and how to be a man. And I promise you, it's not about happiness. If you want to be happy, run into the bush somewhere. Don't come and give birth to children and put them in this wicked world and say, I've learned to reserve myself and be happy. I don't know what to do. So every weekend I sew uniform and go and be happy. You're a mad person.
Yes.
In the interest of time, we have to go, brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
We are agitated in the name of love. We want more for our people.
Yes.
And you being silent is not helping. You pretending like you don't know what message was shared is not helping. You need to go and ask yourself, how can I be a change agent in the face of this criminality and adversity and everything going on? What can I do to impact life in a meaningful way? Una was lomu now. I'm not saying not to have party, but it's not okay for you to prioritize your happiness over everything else. It can never happen. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
I
see you guys
love
next
you.
time. Yes, much love. We love our people. We want us to get it right. We want our people. We want more for our people. Those people that are doing it, they don't have 7 heads. We want more for our people, and it can be done.
And we can
You just have to be willing.
Yes.
Join the people that wants to get it done, and it will be done. It can be done. We are so smart that I am convinced within 1 year, if we get this thing done, within 1 year, I don't even want to use our colonial area to say we'll become small London. We'll become the best Igbo land in the face of the universe.
Yes, no.
Love you guys, brothers and sisters.
Bye.
Be safe. Bye bye.
Love you.